Hi, I'm Susan Kennard, and I'm just waiting for Facebook to do its thing. And as I'm waiting for Facebook to do its thing, I'm going to tell you I'm out in the garden. It's a really gorgeous evening, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to talk about manifesting. And manifesting under the new moon is one of the best times to manifest. And I'm just waiting to see if anybody... Liz. Hi, Liz. Hi. There's a few people. Hi, Liz. Really nice to see you here. Hi, everyone. Coming on. I'm waiting a few moments because I thought, let Facebook do its thing and tell people that we're here. Hi, Marie. Hi, Rachel. And just wait a few moments for a few people to get here. But one of the things about this new moon is it's in Leo. I'm not an astrologer, but it's in Leo. And it's very much about looking at your purpose. But I would rather, bonjour, I would rather think about mission rather than purpose. Because to me, I would say that pretty much we've all got the same purpose. And the same purpose for me would be to serve others. Now, that doesn't mean to serve others at the detriment at yourself, but to serve others from the perspective of looking at why you're here. And when you think about why you're here, really, we all have the same purpose. So I'd rather, Steve Miller says, me, Leo, hello. Hi, Steve. I would rather say that it's more about us looking at our mission. So this new moon this weekend, and wherever you are in the world, it will be a slightly different time. And as I said, I'm not an astrologer, so I can't tell you exactly what time, it comes into your sign or anything like that. But I do definitely feel that the more spiritual you become and the more aware you become of your journey, you become much more in alignment with the moon cycles and what's going on in the universe. And of course, we've got lots of things going on in the universe at the moment. Now, I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm traditionally what I call my previous life a psychologist and a psychotherapist. But I work with energy now, and I'm very, very fortunate to be interviewed on many different radio shows and telesummits and been on TV a little bit. And what I really like to do, one of my favourite things, is to help people understand who they are. So one of the ways that I do that is by doing these videos, but also by running lots of live trainings and online trainings where people can actually release the blocks and unwanted trauma that they've had throughout their life that stops them from being the best part of themselves and the best version of themselves, but also to release those blocks to manifesting and creating abundance. One of the things about this new moon this weekend is really about being in alignment with your mission and who you are. So what goes along with that is really being in alignment with your truth and your integrity. So as I'm talking, I'm tuning into my team that I use, which is my spirit team, my guidance team. And, if you feel that you don't have that, then you're mistaken, because ask and it is given, and basically, all your needs are met. But one of the things I think that's missing in a lot of people's lives is that they look at things from a perspective of me, so meaning the I. And if we could look at things from the perspective of the collective vision, and we could look at what we can actually do for the collective, then essentially that's C, that's our end point, and A is who we are, so we basically have that vision, and B is really what happens in between. And I think my kitten and another cat are going mad in the garden, so I'm just laughing at them at the moment. But essentially what happens there is that we just have A, and C is the end point, and B just gets taken care of. So what I teach in Sparkle to Success, I'm the founder of Sparkle to Success, which is a live program and online program now as well. But essentially, one of the things that I teach is creating success is really looking at the collective vision. So when I'm talking about the collective vision, we're looking at where's your end point? Who do you want to serve? So for example, if you were thinking about setting up a company with a product, then you'd think of, well, this product that I have, for example, I've got some really good friends, Mr. and Mrs. B's, and they have Mr. and Mrs. B's hot sauce. And I use it with everything, actually, basically. And what they had was a collective vision that they wanted to serve people, that they not only were able to give them a healthy sauce to use in their cooking or on anything they want to use, but something that actually had no additives in it. It was not purely organic, but it had no additives in it, and it was pure, and that they would actually help themselves to get a healthier life. So basically, the people that they were serving, they had a collective vision to give them a healthier life. So their collective vision was that. And since they've really developed that collective vision, they've gone from strength to strength and doing incredibly well. And that's because they're not looking at themselves necessarily, they're looking at who they're serving. So when I think about my work and the things that I do, I ask to serve as many people as I possibly can. So the international radio shows are really good for that, because I can't necessarily pop on a plane and go to America or Canada, but I can be on my computer at a certain time in the evening and interviewed on Skype or, whatever platform it is, and I can speak to many people all over the world. So I just feel that we've got to have this collective vision. So the process that I'd really like to do with you this evening is to actually access that collective vision. So if you're all up for doing that, I definitely want to do that. So I just want to hear from anybody. Let me have a look. Hi Lindsay, hi Julie, hi Herbie, hi Bev, Rana, Steve, Janet, John. John's birthday it was yesterday. Hi Alistair. So I just want to hear from anybody if they can tell me, if they were thinking about manifesting, who would they be serving? What would be their collective that they want to serve? I just want to see what people say. Let's see. Oh, hi Natasha, you're there. So Natasha, who's your collective? When you think about, Natasha and I know each other quite well, so if you can just share who your collective is. So when you think about creating, you have a collective vision for those within the organisation that you work under. So just mention it. Who's your collective? And why do you do that? What's your reason for doing that? I'll just wait for Natasha to say. Or anyone else actually that's there that wants to say, hi Mary, that wants to say, yeah, Craig, hi Craig. So Craig's saying collective vision, yeah, and it is a collective vision. It's kind of looking at, what vision, hi Valeria, what vision we have for others. So it's almost like we need to get out of the way of ourselves. And that's sometimes quite difficult when perhaps we might be in fear, or we might be in a situation where we feel we've got to pay the bills or the mortgage or whatever, and we just think, oh my goodness, well, I've really got to think about me. But actually, if we can step outside of the me and the I and the ego, in a sense, we can actually have a much broader vision. And I really found that success comes from having that, success comes from having that collective vision. So Alistair, great mate of mine and colleague, light workers and those who have suffered from trauma. So Alistair and I are both trauma specialists. And what I've definitely found is that when we release our trauma, we actually do create incredible success. And the reason for that is that we're no longer holding on to those belief systems that we had before, that were created and perceived by experiences that we'd had and how we view the world. So, how we view the world as an unsafe place or a safe place. And so obviously there's only people that know me and have been on my courses that I talk all the time about fear and love, and there is only fear or love, and there's bits and pieces in between. So Natasha, oh hi Natasha, my collective vision is my business is you rise by lifting others. It's about serving their why and dream. Okay, serving their dreams, essentially, I'm reading here from this, yeah. So by helping them create their dreams, what you're saying, I think, is that you rise, your energy raises because of that, yeah. So Lindsay, I want to serve more parents of children with PDA, sharing EFT, and brilliant, Lindsay, yeah. So you've had a direct experience which has led you to be more fully in alignment with your mission, which is to help other parents with children with perhaps similar situations, which is absolutely brilliant, yeah. And quite often, you know, adversity that happens in your life will lead you to be in alignment with your mission of why you're here, really, or get in touch with that within your heart. And I work with veterans sometimes, and I have worked with veterans a lot, and I found that quite a lot of veterans, once they've cleared the trauma and their PTSD, they're actually able to set up, you know, services and charities, and they're able to help more and more people. So they've actually gone through those situations because they needed to be aware and in alignment with their mission, not just fighting on the battlefield, but actually realising that there was so much more than that, and they actually could serve others in a different way. Okay, so if you're already, there's 17 people watching, so I think that's enough for now, and I just want everyone to do this little process with me and just see what happens and what comes up for you guys. Okay, so everyone's still typing, but I'm just going to take this time for us to connect more deeply. Good. So I can feel my guide stepping in, which is why I took a deep breath. So I'd just like you to, if you're in a place where you're safe and you can put your hands on your heart. Obviously, I've just got one hand on my heart because I'm holding the phone, but just put your hands on your heart and put your feet on the ground. Okay, good. And I'm going to keep my eyes open, but if you could close your eyes, that would be brilliant. It allows you just to be able to connect with your energy. Good. And I want you just to imagine that you have roots growing out of the bottom of your feet, and they're growing into the ground. And just breathe normally. And I want you to find a star in the centre of the earth. And just find that star in the centre of the earth. Brilliant. And just connect your roots to that star. Brilliant. And feel all the safeness and the groundedness and the feelings of being connected to Mother Earth or Gaia in the earth energy. Good. And I want you to bring all of that energy up through your roots to the soles of your feet. And then I want you to imagine that the whole of your body was just light. Sparkling, golden, white, platinum light. And that as you look at yourself in your mind's eye, you just become light. And essentially that's what you are. You're made up of adamante, beautiful light particles. And that is really who you are. You're just essentially borrowing this jacket or this body to be on the mission that you've chosen this time. Brilliant. And just go to the top of your head, filling your body with light. Good. Remember to breathe. And just imagine a golden cord from the top of your head, shooting up into the universe through the stars and the moon, the sky, into the universe, and perhaps into the multiverse, where all the different star systems are. And connect with your soul star, which is a 6-pointed golden star. And just connect with that soul star. Put your cord into your soul star. Good. And just bring all that energy down to your heart center. Just see a spark of light in your heart. And then I want you to imagine that in front of you, you have a globe. And now what I mean by globe is essentially a picture of the earth. And some of you will have experienced holding a globe before. And I just want you to have a look at the earth and just notice which emotion is written on your earth. So just imagine you're holding the globe in your hands, if you can do that. And just imagine which emotion is written on the globe. Good. And just feel that emotion. And really see the words and feel the energy of the words. Brilliant. And just connect with the words. And then I want you to turn it around. So imagine that you could turn the globe around so you could see the other side of it. And just see what word is written on the other side. And just notice that word. How does it feel when you see that word? Good. And then just turn the globe back around to the emotion and really connect with that emotion. Feel that emotion. And then I want you to imagine that globe, that earth that you're holding in your hand, that you literally can hold it in your hand and pop it in your heart. And just feel the energy of that emotion in your heart. And imagine it expanding out throughout the whole of your body, into the whole of your body, into your light body, and just connecting with the energy of that emotion. Knowing that you've connected with really what your mission is. And when you feel ready, you can come back to me. So, and just give yourself time. I'm just going to talk, but it's absolutely fine for you to keep your eyes closed or do whatever you want to do. So what you've actually done there is you've connected with your collective vision. So you've connected with the emotion of your collective vision. So whatever your emotion was that you connected with, that emotion, if you connect with that on a daily basis and you have your vision for that emotion, so say for example it was, I don't know, trust or love or freedom or whatever it might be, if you just connect with that emotion, then you can never ever go wrong. Essentially you are connecting with what your real mission is. And so whatever you do, Lindsay says it's beautiful love, yeah. So Lindsay, for example, if you just always have in your mind and have in your heart the reason why you're doing this is because of love, then essentially that you can never go wrong. You can never ever go wrong. And so what was on the other side as well, so sometimes what's on the other side is sometimes a country, sometimes, what you're supposed to be doing, and, you just don't really know. But there is only ever fear or love. So if we're operating from a place of love, then we can never really go wrong. But you may have, on occasions I've had empowerment, I've had freedom in this process, and with those emotions and those different emotions, you've really got to focus, you've got to focus of where you need to go. And so you keep that word in your mind and keep it imprinted on your heart if you want to, or even write it somewhere, sort of a bit like a dream board. But, obviously we need to get out of the way of dream boards. We can make dream boards with lots of pictures on and things like that. But actually, if we have a resistance to them, then they never ever manifest anyway. So I would rather like to keep it quite simple and stay with the emotion and essentially the vibration of whatever emotion you got there. So people were sharing, which is really lovely. Alistair, love, that's beautiful. And Jackie, hi Jackie, love for me. And love, wow. Oh, Lindsay, she got the other side was peace, yeah. So So love and peace, well, you can't get better than that really, can you, Lindsay? Because I would imagine that those children that you're talking about, you know, maybe they need a bit more peace in their heart, and maybe the parents need peace in their heart. Yeah, so Sue, hi Sue, care, yeah. And so Sue, think about what it is that what really feeds your soul, you know, what really feeds your soul, what really aligns with you, what really makes you happy. And I always say to my children who are actually here in the garden with me, I always say to them, do what you love, because if what you love makes you happy, then you'll always be successful. I mean, I don't feel like I actually work, even though I work and I get paid for what I do. I don't actually feel like it's work. I feel like I get up every day and get excited about what else I'm going to do. And one of the reasons why I do these videos and make courses and all sorts is because I just want to spread the understanding that we can create and manifest and have fun in our life, and it doesn't have to be a struggle, and it's not just about money, I have to say. Do you want to say something? Sarah, do you want to say something? My daughter's here. My son's here as well, but my daughter's here. She might want to say something in a minute. Just one sec. So, well, yeah, Sarah, you could actually say something about what you're basically creating and manifesting in your life. But anyway, so essentially, if we actually love what we do and we feel like we're not working, then we found the vocation, I think, don't you? It's something that, you know, we're really supposed to do. And one of the best things in the world for me is teaching and speaking and actually being with incredible people that are ready really to catapult their life out into the world, serve others, be in alignment with their mission, and really come from a heart space. And I'm very, very lucky that I meet incredible people, Alistair being one of them, and, you know, just incredible people in my life. And I'm very fortunate that I attract that, and they attract it back. So integrity, love, honesty, and manifesting your dreams is really about what this new moon is this weekend. And it's really about creating those dreams, but doing it from a place of pure integrity and honesty. And so, yeah, it's just about really being centered in an alignment with what you do. If you go on, I've got a YouTube channel, free YouTube channel, obviously, and if you go on, there are a few videos on there, or several videos on there that you can do, that you can follow if you want to, and some EFT. I do some EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, and it's where we can release blockages in our energy field so that we can create more. But one of the things is my favourite thing is teaching Sparkle to Success, where developed from Spirit many other processes that allow us to get to the deepest parts of trauma and perceptions of belief that really hold us back. And I'm really excited to teach that course, and I'm now really excited that it's an online program now as well, and there's lots of options. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place where I just want more and more people to release the interruptions in light in their energy field, which is trauma or perceptions of belief, so that they can then put this message out to the universe that is of pure love and attraction and harmony and excitement, and to get excited every day, like, wow, what am I going to do today? Who am I going to see? How amazing it's going to be. And what my guys are just saying to me now actually is to say, when you get up in the morning, which one of the things I do is, what do I need to know? You know, what do I need to know? And then quite often I'll say, and show me what I need to know. And often with my clients, I'll say to them, you know, one of the things you say when you go to bed at night is, show me the answers to this. So if you've got something that's going on for you, you just say, show me the answers to this situation, and see what happens. Because honestly, you know, asking it is given, and basically have fun with it. You know, don't get too caught up in the dramas of being in this world and the 3D reality of living on the earth plane. You know, really, we are these light beings that are here to serve others, and you can have fun and experience emotion, and it's not really supposed to be that heavy, really. And I remember I used to teach mediumship circles, and I'm just being drawn to say this, and my guides used to say to me that, you know, this is the time where we're not actually supposed to experience any dis-ease. You know, we're not supposed to experience that. Our fields are supposed to be pure and light so that we can manifest and create. So someone who's very, very good at manifesting and creating is my 9-year-old daughter. So Sarah, do you want to say something about what you just created?
What I just created?
Dorothy.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is Sarah.
I auditioned.
Say hello.
Hi. I auditioned for The Wizard of Oz, and I auditioned for Dorothy, and I got the part of Dorothy.
But what? Tell them you're the youngest, aren't you, that they've ever given the part to?
They'd usually give it to, wasn't it 13 plus?
Yeah.
13 plus, and they made it so it was 9 now.
And before she went on to audition a couple of weeks ago, I said to her, well, just imagine yourself in the Dorothy clothes and imagine yourself singing Over the Rainbow, and that's exactly what she did. And we walked out knowing that she'd got the part of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. So, and Martin's here. Martin, do you want to say something? Do you want to say something, Martin?
Just say hi. Just say hi.
Yeah?
I'll say hi for him.
Martin's my little 8-year-old. I'm just going to say hello. Hi, Martin.
Hey.
Say hi. Martin's amazing at creating things, and I think he's probably going to be an architect when he's older, because he's really amazing at creating things and drawing and planning. So he's brilliant at that. So I'm very blessed to have these two amazing children. And so going back to what we were talking about, manifesting on the new moon. So one of the things that some people do, people are saying hi to you, Martin. One of the things that some people do, and I do quite often, is write a list of what you want to manifest and create. And if you write that list, you just kind of write it from the perspective of, this or something better is coming to me now, okay? Yeah. So this or something better is coming to me now. Excuse me. So basically, you'd write that on the top of your list, and then you'd write everything that you wanted to create and manifest. And then we have a garden and a patio. So what I do is I put it on the patio table under a crystal or just kind of, I don't know, one of our lights or something, and leave it out in the moon. Although I think we're here in Sussex and I think it's going to rain tonight. So, you know, if you want to be able to read it again, don't do it when it's going to rain. But if you haven't got a garden, you can put it out on the windowsill and just on the inside of the house, and just put this or something better is coming to me now. And then just trust it. Yeah. Do you want to say something, Sarah?
I think you can burn it as well.
Yeah, you can. In a really safe way. In a really safe way, you can burn. So you can either burn your piece of paper up to the moon, or you can bury it in the garden, or you can put it into a body of water, but not the toilet. So we live by the sea, so you could always throw it into the sea, and as long as it's just paper, and then it goes into that body of water. So so anything really, and it's more about the intention of it that is much more important than actually the physical doing of it. But the physical doing of it is who we are. So it's one way that we can sort of say, well, we've done that, and now we intend that, and then we let it go. So, does anyone want to ask me a question? Oh, Craig, I'm following the yellow brick road, and hey, Martin, build. You say hi, Martin.
Can I say something?
Say hi. Sarah wants to say something else. Go on then, Sarah.
Also, you can get a balloon and tie your piece of paper to it and just put it on the sea or let it fly away.
That's a really good idea, isn't it? Yeah. I remember when I used to run workshops for children, for families, and what we used to do was tie a worry onto
Yeah,
a balloon. Yeah.
I've done that.
And let the balloon go up into the sky, and let the worries go up into the sky. So Beck, hi, you've just joined. You missed the process, but this is for you. So for your little ones, you could get them to write something on a balloon and then just tie it. Sarah says, Sarah.
So you could have a balloon and then on a piece of paper write what Mum said a minute ago, and then just tie it to the balloon and then
let
put
it
in the
go.
sea, or just let it up into the sky.
Yeah. So all their worries and children's worries can actually go up into the sky, and they kind of forget about them then. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Oh right, Sarah, that's a really good question. When you ask the spirits, not the vodka and tonic, we're talking about spirit team. Do you ask out loud or in your head? Well, either really. Doesn't really matter. It's the same really. It really doesn't matter whether you say it out loud or not. Sarah talks to her angels all the time, don't you?
Well,
how do you talk to your angels?
Once Mum asked, I just said something randomly. I don't know what I was saying. Just said, what? Because I wasn't speaking to her or my brother Martin. And she said, but I said, that's good.
Yeah.
And she said, and I was like, what? And she was like, what?
And I think it was because she was having a conversation with someone else and it wasn't me. But she does that all the time. So, but it's a great skill to have, and it's something that everybody has the ability to do. And I think if you have children and you're watching this, then it would be really good to teach your children to be able to ask for what they want. And Sarah's saying you're a little star. Yeah. So yeah, what else do you want to say, Sarah? What else do you want to say? It's all right.
And if you want to do something, you've got to make sure that you visualize it.
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's a really good point.
Because I visualised having the part of Dorothy and doing things and that. And it did work, and I know I got the part of Dorothy. And yeah.
And you're also in Oliver, aren't you, the musical? Oh, yeah. She's in Oliver the musical as well. But yeah, essentially visualising is a really, really good thing. Whenever I've got to be interviewed or something where I'm speaking on a stage or platform or anything, I always visualise it already done. And it's much better to visualise it already done, because it is already done really. You know, it's kind of already done. It's just that we get worried about, judgment and so on. And, I work with people with public speaking fear, and it's always about judgment of yourself, and then that gets projected into judgment of others. So yeah, so visualising, that's a really good idea, Sarah, really good. Martin, have you got anything to say?
Visualising your career.
Oh, visualising your career is a
and
brilliant
not just career,
one.
other things that you'd love to do. Like maybe it could be something that you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Like, say you wanted to go to a beach and you haven't been to the beach for quite a while.
Yeah, that's one thing, isn't it? To visualise what you want to do.
That's just an example.
So, Lindsay says my daughter does too, Sarah.
Yeah,
oh, that's good.
Jackie said good luck as Dorothy.
Good luck as Dorothy. So, I think we're coming to an end now. Any last thoughts about the new moon this weekend? Sarah do you have a headache today, Sarah?
Yeah, I felt really dizzy. And
she felt dizzy. Oh, that's
every time I stood up, I was like falling into walls.
So that's a really good point. So if you're feeling the effects of the new moon, you're also feeling the effects of raising your vibration, or clearing something out. So if you feel that, don't necessarily reach for any medication or pills or anything like that, or think there's anything wrong with you. Just go with it, and just go with the fact that you're actually raising your vibration, and some people call it ascension. So you're raising your vibration to a new level. So you really, it's nothing really to worry about, and it will pass over the next couple of days. But I'm all pins and needly, Lindsay says.
What?
Valeria. Okay. So Valeria's one of my students. I'm short of breath since last Thursday. Yeah.
Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie.
I tell my clients
to visualise what they want from energies. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and visualising is one step, and then really clearing the energy field to what you want to manifest and create in your life is obviously the most important thing, because as I said earlier, much earlier on in the video, if you can make a dream board, and they're really fun and they're really good. But if you make a dream board, let's just say with diamonds and champagne and millions of pounds and, you know, mansions and everything, it might be that you have resistance to those things, or you have blocks to those things. So it doesn't matter how many of those pictures you put up on your fridge, or, you know, your microwave, or whatever you're doing in your room, you're not going to create those if you've got a resistance to them. So my advice is always clear the blocks first, and then create a picture of what you want to do. Anyway, okay, so
Wait, no,
that's
don't
it.
go. I need to get Sparkle.
Oh, Sparkle is our kitten, our cat. We call her a kitten. She's actually over a year old. Sarah's going to try and get her and bring her into... No, she won't let her. She's running away. Anyway, it's going dark here now. So much love to you all. Send a comment and share. Please share if you feel like it will help somebody else. And we will reply. I will reply personally to all the comments, okay?
Remember to visualise.
Much love. And say bye, Martin.
Bye. 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 Bye.
See you soon, everyone. Bye.